Ready now. So, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is here. Match preview time, and I brought on 3 guests. I thought I was only going to get 1, but unlike Boy Better Know, when you order 1, you get them all. So, I'm very grateful to be in here. It's the Team Kop-ish boys. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, big up, man. Big up.
Bless, man. Bless. So thank you for having us on, bro. And yeah, man, you got all 3 of us, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna miss this, KG. I wasn't gonna miss this. Trust me, bro. We gotta talk. Me and you, we gotta talk. We gotta talk.
Yeah, that's why I was hoping I was gonna get you on as well, Matt. So I'm glad. I'm glad that you're here. So I mean,
KG, sorry to cut you. Look, I just want to be just real with you, yeah.
Yeah.
Matt's been speaking about one of your players. I've been speaking about him. So if you come with smoke for you're defending your man, it weren't me.
Yes. Right, man's already backing up.
No,
I thought we're supposed to be a team, bro. This ain't no team. There's no I in team, Carl.
No, you're right. You're right. We're a team, but you see, you've gone up and you keep on slapping Ngannou in the face, bro. Like, we can't all get banged out. Do you know what I mean? Who's gonna take each other to the hospital? Someone's gonna like. So that's what I'm just saying, isn't it? So KG, Matt, I ain't said nothing.
See, this is why I like you guys, especially this season. With all the losses that you've accumulated, you guys go through some therapy after the game, and you talk it out like friends. You talk it out like brothers, and you always disagree. You know what it is? You guys talk, and you think you're listening to each other, but you're not listening. And it's just funny. I hear what you're saying, and I just love it. You guys have got a great dynamic. I love it. I love you guys on there. So it's great to have you on. And yes, we will cover that player later on in this. So, we're talking about Leeds United versus Liverpool. And I mean, if at the start of the season, after games 31, you say that we're 7 points behind Liverpool, I would have thought that we was in a title race. But, alas, it isn't like that. You guys have dropped down a bit. So just before we get into the preview, and I'm ready for it, what are the reasons why you guys have fallen so low?
Juju.
How long you got?
For real? A lot has happened.
Don't even try and explain it. Juju.
Yeah, but in all fairness, you guys had it though when Bruce Gobler peed on the. He got somebody to pee on the. You have to accept this one.
He broke the curse when he did that, bro. Because apparently the curse was he had to piss on both of the goalposts. He did one, and then it took him 30 years to go and do the other one.
Mad thing, bro. Mad thing.
But so that curse is supposed to be broken, bro.
Oh.
Yeah. So, KG, there's been bare things, man. I think injuries, the lack of investment in a centre back in the summer, which came back to bite us. Then not investing in a proper centre back quick enough in January. Klopp decision making throughout the season, throughout the second half of the season, should I say, and I'll say about 3% luck.
And you could also say as well, Cal, that the investment from the 18-19 season when we won the Champions League and we didn't buy anyone either. Because as everyone knows, you have to make sure you always keep the thing ticking over. And we don't want to always keep banging on about FSG, keep blaming FSG. But if there's only cold water in the house now because the boiler's gone, you are going to be like, Dad, you've been plastering it up and doing a little makeshift thing for about a year now. It was obvious this was going to happen. Do you know what I mean? We're having cold showers now, not because of you directly, but you've had a year to figure this out and you still haven't. And you know what I mean? Now you're just going to have to buy a whole new boiler, which you can't afford. So what are we going to do now? And that's what it kind of feels like.
Drift, to talk about that, because it's something I brought up the other day. You're talking about the cold showers and that, Am I lying now? Because we're having the cold showers, you're not confident that you're going to get a hot shower now, innit? Am I lying, bro? You're not confident now, innit? That confidence has been taken away from you because it's been going on for so long. But now, all jokes aside, I say this.
Well, more to the point. There's a few more smellier days than there should be because you're shook to get in there, bro.
That as well. 100%. Listen, it's just been a turbulent.
And having to pour water in a Dutchie pot. Is that what you lot are telling me? Yeah.
Boy,
listen,
it's mad.
Depends how much time you got now, innit?
Yeah. No, do you know what? It's everything that you lot have said, and I just think as well, like, you know, I think even personal issues as well. Like, obviously, we know about Jurgen Klopp and, you know, thoughts and prayers again with Jurgen, obviously losing his mum, and then you got Alisson as well. And I know, obviously, dare I say, these things do happen. You know, they do happen every day, and we're living in a pandemic where you don't know what's going to happen the next day. But I think when you're in a professional sports, I think people just think because you're in that arena, it's not going to affect you, or it's just business as usual, which it is, but it's still going to take its toll on you. So I agree with everything that all these guys have said, and I just think as well, Jurgen Klopp, that happening to him, and obviously Alisson as well, I think that's affected them even more so. You can only imagine what they're going through as well. So.
I want to bring up this comment here from Edwin. Klopp wasn't rotating the team well enough with that intense style of play. Men have to be worn out, knees going for whole season. And that's a point as well, because we've kind of got that with our style of play also. We've had it this season with Matthijs Klick. You know, sometimes he's been out there looking like a corpse because he's been playing the Bielsa system for 2 years straight, talking championship football as well with his 46 games in the season. Obviously, you guys have got Champions League and all of that. So there's got to be a point to that. And I remember at the time when Klopp was going on about this whole rotation, 5-sub thing. And it wasn't even a case of him subbing off 3 players every game at the time either. And he then plays Jota in a meaningless Champions League game when you'd already qualified. I was missing for 3 months. Those things don't help. Do you think it's, and I get you as well about the recruitment, because you did lose a centre back and you've been using all kinds of centre backs this season, and it shows. So do you think that maybe Klopp hasn't got it right himself a lot of the time as well? Does he get any of the fair share of the blame?
Yeah. I've given him his stick. I have, and you're right. The Jota one, that's unexplainable. And we got ridiculed for actually pulling him up about that, because in that game he also played Salah for 90 minutes as well, and anything could have happened there as well. So we got ridiculed for pulling him up, and then later on, people, I'm sure they realized what we were saying made sense. But other than the Jota one, do you know what it is, Kate? It's the fact that he can't trust the people on the bench because the recruitment's been bad, and I know that Klopp will rotate, because the only part of our team that he did trust was midfield. And he always rotates midfield, and he has done ever since he got here. But it's because the only part of the team he feels he has enough quality to rotate is the midfield. With the forward line and the back line and the goalkeeper, he knows he doesn't have what he wants to be backup, so he's not confident enough to rotate. And I don't think that's his fault totally, even though he should take a little bit of the blame. But again, it does boil back down to recruitment without sounding like it's just bash the owners. If the owners would have got him a squad like what Pep's got, and you don't need to have £1 billion spent to have that squad, you can use recruitment the way we've been, where you just pick out the little gems. If we'd have had the right recruitment and we'd have had those players, he would have been able to rest Salah, rest Mane, do you know what I mean? And they wouldn't be so ran into the ground. Mane and Salah have been ran into the ground for 3 years. Yeah. 3 years of but because you never had anyone you could bring on that could do what they can do. It's recruitment. It all comes back to recruitment.
Yeah. Sorry, I just want to highlight this one on screen. Mane does look knackered, to be fair, and he does. I've seen a whole kind of think pieces saying that Mane is just fallen off. I don't agree with that. I still think Mane is a good player, but obviously if it goes into next season, then maybe you're thinking maybe there's a decline there. But I just think it's a case of the guy has been running to the ground for 3 years now. What else can he do?
And Mane's 4K because he's been here longer, remember? So Mane's been doing this for 4 years.
Yeah. I think as well, I think some of the decisions that Klopp has made as well in terms of, here's the thing with the whole centre-back thing. So when you have your 3 senior centre-backs out, you have to look for solutions, innit? And obviously he put Fabinho there, and that was working for us to a point. But then he put Henderson there, and then we were all just like, is he really trying to say that's the best we have? And hindsight is a thing, isn't it? Because when you look at hindsight, you think to yourselves, well, Nat Phillips had been there. He's been there for a while. You saw him in training. You didn't want to pick him. So in my opinion, that was a mistake. You probably should have put in Nat Phillips way before you even thought about Jordan Henderson. And again, he couldn't have done nothing about the Kabak situation because that was in January. But Nat Phillips has always been at the club. So Klopp has made some decisions where you look at it and go, was that necessary, Jurgen? Do you know what I mean? But because of the type of manager that he is, and he's won us the Champions League and the Premier League, you try not to second guess him too much. You think to yourself, do you know what? Maybe that is our best solution. But again, hindsight has showed like it wasn't the right move, and he has to take onus on that. But again, it's one of those things where you only look at it now, innit? You didn't think about that before. I know I didn't personally. I didn't think about Nat Phillips before, if I'm being genuinely honest. So,
for me, when it comes to, I'm glad you brought up the Midtjylland game. Okay, because as Drift said, like after that game, I think we all came on there and we were livid, not because of the result, but because we played so many of our best players. And that is probably the most toxic stream we've done as a channel, like in terms of the abuse and feedback we got on that day. And me, Matt and Drift were kind of shocked that more people didn't agree with us. Not to say that everyone's got to agree with what we say, but we thought that was very obvious that was a big blunder by the club and Klopp to play so many top class players in that game. The Jota one's difficult for me because Jota at that point was becoming a key player, but wasn't there just yet. And I think Shaqiri was out at the time. I don't know if Minamino was out injured at the time as well. So Jota playing some part in that game wasn't an issue for me. The issue for me was the fact that he played like 80 minutes. That was the problem for me. Like the fact that Salah played 98 minutes because there was a stupid amount of injury time. Mane came off the bench. Firmino came off the bench. Henderson came off the bench. Fabinho started the game. Like it was all those players that played that just didn't need to play in that game. And to me, for weeks leading up to that, Klopp was moaning about the schedule, the fact that players weren't getting a break. And I was like, you had a free hit there, Klopp, and you still didn't use it. So you see, anytime you moan now about schedules and stuff, your argument's gone. Like your argument's completely gone. And for me, it also sent out a bad message to the rest of the squad as well, because it was like, well, this is a throwaway game as such. And we don't get throwaway games as Liverpool that often. This was a throwaway game. Take advantage of it. Blood in some of the younger players. Let them have a bit of European experience. You never know what can come out of it. One of those players could end up being brilliant on the night, and that confidence could go through the roof, and they could plug a hole for the next year or two where we don't have to spend money in a certain position. But we didn't even do that. And then it was just like, after that, it was just a case of, yeah. And then the moment Matip got injured and Henderson started playing centre back and all that, I was just like, yeah, this is a mad one now. It's an absolute mad one.
Yeah, and I'll just roll back as well, because I remember on our first meeting when you rated Henderson and I gave it a funny look. I can admit when I'm wrong. I'm not saying that he's a world-class baller or anything like that, because I still think he plays the game very, very ugly. When he gets the ball, he looks like a dog with the ball and he's trying to rush it quick. And I get it.
Yeah.
But I get that he's a
this is an apology, KG.
No.
This ain't no apology. Nah, KG, man was like, man done a Conor McGregor, I'm going to apologise to absolutely nobody.
KG does whatever he wants.
Come on, firing.
What?
No, big up KG, bro. You're keeping it real, though. You're keeping it real. You're just telling the truth, innit? You're keeping it real.
What I'm trying to say is, I don't rate him so much as a footballer, but I know he's got ability. But what I'm saying is, I underestimated his leadership and professionalism, and I can see that it's missing. He's been out injured for you for a while now, and you can see that it is missing. It's just that it's like when I was discussing with Sheffield United fans last season about their lack of goals from strikers. They work hard for the team and everything like that. That's great now because you guys are winning. You're doing all right. But this hard work and running around everything is going to still be there, and you're going to fall away. And then it's going to be an issue for you because they're not scoring no goals. And that's kind of the thing as well with Henderson. In terms of the shouting and all that leadership, it looks great when it's going well. But when it doesn't, sometimes it looks a bit funny to me. So I'm not mocking him for it. As I say, I give him credit for that, and you can see that he has been missing for you. So that is me just drawing back my Henderson slander in a way.
You know what, Henderson? Yeah, in a way. You know what Henderson's like? Yeah, You lot might not agree with me on this, but English Bull Terriers, yeah, I feel like they're so ugly that they're actually good looking. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
I know where you're going with
this.
Yeah, I know.
So it doesn't really matter how unattractive you think man looks. He gets the job done, so it makes him attractive. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's Henderson. He might not be great on the eye and all silky, but does what it says on the tin, man. That's my captain, best captain in the world, man. And you know what? He's got way more ability than people give him credit for. I'm not going to turn this into the Henderson show, but I think his passing, shooting, tackling, he's way better than people give him credit for. Way better than people give him credit for.
Okay. That's the thing, you know, and I'll just roll back to where you said you had a stream and everything. Liverpool fans in general are very passionate people, and Klopp delivered something to you that you haven't had in years, the title. So no matter the mistakes that someone like him is going to make, they're going to back him no matter what, and they can't see the issue through the man, if you want to put it like that. Same way with Leeds fans as well. When sometimes Bielsa gets it wrong, you can't say anything about Bielsa because he's got us back to the Premier League. So sometimes it just won't register with some people in that way. But you know, when I came on as well, I said that you would be favourites if you signed a couple of players just to freshen up the squad. You did so with Thiago, you did so with Jota, and obviously, you know, Jota's been injured for a lot of it. Do you think that you need probably something a bit more as well as the centre backs? But you couldn't foresee that you're going to lose Matip and Gomez for the year.
No, we did, bro. We foresaw Matip and Gomez. It was Virgil we didn't expect.
Yeah, Virgil was the one. Yeah.
Matip and Gomez, unfortunately, as great as they are, they get injured every season. It's just they're unlucky with it. The centre back thing was big for me. If I was being really greedy, I'd have liked another attacker as well. But I know that would have been being greedy last summer. But a centre back for me, in my opinion, wasn't being greedy. No, dare I say it, someone to replace Adrian as well. Like that. That's. I don't want to swear on your stream.
You know what though?
I'll leave that.
We even before the season started, I think we was talking about we potentially might need like another striker even, because we was always worried about saying things like, "Wow, our team's starting to get a bit used to us now. Is Firmino going to have the same effect? Do we need to get that kind of that goal-getting number 9?" And for me, Salah's still done his thing this season, obviously. Mane's not having a great season, and Firmino's not having a great season either. So, again, I think most Liverpool fans would have told you if there was that opportunity to go and get that top-class striker, that would have also been a priority. But we know how our club is run in terms of they're not going to prioritise that when they obviously feel like there's other areas that come first. But I think every Liverpool fan would even tell you, before a ball was even kicked this season, we was kind of uttering we should really be getting a striker, you know. We should really be getting a striker because there was always this talk about should we stick with 4-3-3? Do we go 4-2-3-1 and drop Firmino into the 10? And now what's so mad is people are starting to jump on Firmino's back for not scoring goals, but he's never been like a goal scorer. Obviously, he'll get goals because he's talented, but he's not your go-to man. It's Salah and Mane. But again, because they're not having the best seasons ever, that's when people are like casual fans, so to speak, are starting to realise, no, Liverpool do need a striker. Whereas before they would have said to you, no, but they got Salah and Mane because they get the goals. But now they're starting to understand.
Well, so yo here, you kind of dodge a bullet with this one.
We dodged more than a bullet.
Yeah.
That right there. See Timo Werner? I'm not gonna lie. I wanted Werner bad. Like out of us three, I kept on saying, no, Werner's the guy. Like, trust me. 4 years. Go look at him. I think he was at Stuttgart before. I was like, no, trust me. Like Werner's real. I don't know what's happened to Timo Werner. I don't know whether it's confidence. I don't know whether it's just he's been found out because he's only got one way of playing. But the people are right. We did. Jota and Timo Werner, there's no discussion to be had. But dare I say, when we signed Jota, okay, I didn't even realize how good Jota was. I thought he was good. But when we signed him, Drift was the only one that was like, no, he's going to be sick. And me and Cal was like, no, he's good, bro. But we just spent 40 odd M's on Jota. Is he worth that, do you think? Do you think so? And it's not that, again, not if it was bad. It's just that we're thinking, is he that guy to like take us to that next level or challenge the three? But he's done more than that. He's done more than that.
Yeah, for me, a weird one. I don't think I was on at the time when you signed him, but he always had the ability at Wolves, but because of the way that Wolves play, he wasn't being able to show it a lot. And he'd be sub a lot of the time at Wolves, but then he'd come on and do some madness and step Jimenez or score a goal himself. So I thought it was a good deal at the time. The Thiago thing obviously hasn't worked out as he thought it would. I mean, what's your opinions on him? Because I remember seeing you after the game you beat Chelsea in, and you guys were hyping him up, man. You know, every touch he said he was doing, he was bowing down. What are we saying now about Thiago? Do you think he needs another year or what?
Yeah, come on, KJ. I know you know Bull, so I know you're trying to wind man up here.
You nearly happy for
trying to reel it in. But you know what? Yeah. All jokes aside, yeah. He's come to a new league, and as soon as he got here, he was assaulted. Like literally, like Richarlison should have went to jail for that assault. Yeah. And remember, he was only available from the turn of the year. We didn't have Thiago for the whole of last year because of that injury. And the worst thing is his previous injury was a knee injury. That's what worried us all when Richarlison did what he did, because it was Thiago's knee that gave him the problems a few years back when he was having injury issues. So if you're new to the team and you kind of, you know what I mean, you get a bad injury, you're out. And then when you come back in the team, for whatever reason, at that point, we'd lost Matic. We didn't have a defender. All the confidence is gone. He's coming into a midfield that now doesn't really have Henderson and Fabinho and all the players he's meant to be playing with. He's like got them behind him and our defense is all over the place or whatever. It was like the worst baptism of fire he could have ever come into. It's like, hold on a minute, what the hell's going on here? And the way he plays, we were forcing him to try and do things that he's not good at. And credit to him, this is what I love about him. Because he's such a good player, he's trying to do, like he's being over tenacious, running all over the pitch, tracking back. He's doing things he's not good at. But because he's such a good professional, he's trying to fill in the gap and prove his worth to the team. But we don't want Thiago running back with the striker being the last man and doing all that madness. That's not what his point is. He is the conductor. We just want him, you know what I mean, like this. We just want him pulling strings. And he hasn't been allowed to do it. In the last couple of weeks, though, when Fabinho went back into midfield with him, you've seen a different guy. And now you're seeing what will happen. You put Hendo back in there with him next season. You bring Virgil back behind him. Telling you, bro, Prem's not ready. I want everyone to keep laughing at him now. I want it. We're fine with that. You know what I mean? Everyone, he's a flop. He's a flop. Rare. But KJ, I know you know real ball. I'm
not saying he's a flop. I'm not going to do that. Not after one season. I've seen Thiago play for years, so I know he's not a flop. It's just about maybe acclimatizing to it this year. You've had a lot of issues as well. Maybe next season we'll see the real Thiago.
Yeah, I think so. I think as well the balance has been off, Kay, because when he came into the team as well, he was asked to play 6. Because remember, Fabinho's played centre back, innit? So when he was playing 6, remember at Bayern, he was the part of the 2 6s. So there was like a destroyer, so to speak, next to him, or at least a box-to-box in Goretzka and or Kimmich even. And then you had Thiago there. But when you're playing Thiago as the sole 6 in our intensity and high-pressure team, and he's supposed to be running around chasing after man, you're not going to get the best out of him. As you've said, you need him to get on the ball and to start spraying. Just let him spray, and the rest will do, everything else will just come into play, bro. You know what I'm saying? Did I just see something mad?
Yeah. More of this, bro.
Come on. I thought I saw, what was it, John O.B. McHale? Did I read that right?
That's saying.
Bro, what we saying? 4:25 on a Friday. People are already having a couple of drinks. Boy, people treating this second stage of getting out of lockdown on a big wave, innit? On a big wave.
Imagine the beer garden
swinging from chandeliers, bro. People are on a Mazda, right?
Hey, trust me.
Man, just in the beer garden. Get me another Stella. Look what I'm gonna post on KG's channel.
Why the next man's rubbing his head? Why the next man's rubbing his head, Cal? You know what I'm saying? All right, watch this, mate. Watch it. I got it. All right, send it. Why man's rubbing head top?
But you know what, guys? Recruitment, yeah. You have to look at it a little bit, and Jata's been a success. Thiago will get there. But what about that Greek left back and also Ben Davis? What were those two about?
Can I answer the Greek? Can I answer the Simicast one?
So yeah. Go on.
You're mad.
You're out of order. Yeah, you done it. You're out of order. But I've got a certificate. Yeah, go.
Simicast made sense. Like when I watched again. I'm not going to sit here and say I watch Greek football. I don't. But the times I've seen him play against Wolves, for example, Traore last season was on fire and he pocketed Traore twice. Played really well against Arsenal twice. And I was thinking, all right, he's not going to come in and just take Robbo's place straight away, but it's good competition to have. And it's also a player who can come in and deputise Robbo when Robbo needs rest. He had an injury, then he had COVID, then he had an injury again. So I don't think his season's been very stop and start. So I think he's been more unlucky than the other signings, if I'm going to be honest. And then Matt and Drifty are going to answer the Davies question.
You know what?
Davies. I'll just give you a quick analogy because this is what I feel like. You know, you've gone in the shop to buy a specific item, whatever it is, yeah, and they don't have it, and you're like, flip's sake, man. So you just start thinking of what you like might be able to kind of replace that with. That was Kabak. Like we went in there for a tear and share. And we ended up just having to pick up like a Battenberg. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, it is what it is, isn't it? At least I've still got a cake. No, I'm disrespecting Battenberg, innit?
I would go one worse than that, fam. I'll go worse than that.
But I didn't want to shade Kabak, innit? I didn't want to shade Kabak.
But go on. Actually, go on.
All right. So we've all right. Kabak is what is he? He's an angel cake then. Is that all right? He's an angel cake. Is that all right? All right. So we've gone in for the tear and share. We picked up an angel cake because the tear and share ain't there, yeah?
Yeah.
And the Battenberg was out of stock. So we picked up the angel cake. And now we're on the way to the till. And you know, there's always a mad special deal right at the till. And you're like, what's that? I've never even heard of that. What's that? And because it's only 50p and it says, but it's usually £2, you go, go on then. And you fling it in. You don't even know, you have no idea what the hell you're even getting. But you know what I mean? The packaging looks pretty, innit? So you just fling it in. And then when you get home, you're like, and then everyone who comes around your yard after that, you're like, do you want a sweet? Yeah.
Do you know what? This is what I'm going to say. You
Ben Davies is that special offer thing that was on sale that's at the till that you had no intention of getting whatsoever.
It's true. All right, KG will know this, yeah? KG, Lakers, yeah? Okay. Yeah. Which defender did they go and buy for the 3-and-D, man? This season? To play shoot. You know what I'm talking about? Shooting guard. He does 3-and-D, that's it. 3-pointers and defense. Wesley Matthews, yeah? When he was at the last club, you could see what he was doing. That's like Ben Davies. Because when Ben Davies was at Preston, yeah, we had a lot of people saying, all the Preston people, like, no, he's good. Look what he done. You're getting a good player. Bro, the man hasn't even done anything whatsoever. Just like Wesley Matthews, bro. Listen, remember that Casey, remember when he was signed to the Lakers, yeah? I was kind of gassed like you, yeah? Bro, he has been invisible. There's no point in him being there.
Yeah,
bro, he even looks cropped.
Him and Mark Gasol.
Gasol as well. And a statue. You just bought a statue. It don't make no sense. And that's what Ben Davies is, a statue. Supposedly, the statue's like, it's promising. It's I don't even know. It's a statue, innit? What can I say? Bro, Ben Davies right now, and even actually I won't put Kabak in there, but even Simicast, them man, we don't even see them play, bro. We really don't. That's what hurts the most.
You know what, KG, you're actually probably one of the best people to actually ask this question to, having watched your team play in the championship against Preston. Was he a good player in the Championship?
No. And this is what I
so hold on. So okay, just quickly. So we were told. Imagine if Preston fans were telling us, "Yeah, he's good. Go check him out. He's decent." So that's even worse then. Wow, it's even worse.
Listen, he's 25, isn't he now? He's 25, 26. You never heard of Ben Davies before? He was linked with you guys, and there's a reason for that. He wasn't one of the best centre backs in the league. Now they can make stats up and do everything. He walked on the pitch with his right foot first before his left, and he did that 100 times. Don't matter. He wasn't one of the standout players. You went in the bargain bucket and you got what you ordered. It's as simple as that. But because he was in with Liverpool, they tried to hype it up and say, it's going to be a great signing. You watch in the summer, he'll be out probably on a season-long loan with view to a permanent move. That's my betting on Ben Davies.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's what we're more annoyed with than anything, bro. Because not to bash our owners again, but everybody kind of feels like this is that whole marketing thing of you got him for cheap, and now you could probably get a little bit more from when you move him on, and it was just about money. And if that is the case, bro, then that means that they just gambled with our whole season for their own gain or their own benefit, and it ain't fair. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. Because if you know what he's like as a player because you was watching him in that league and you know he wasn't good enough, but our owners tried to tell our recruitment that was all that they could have, then that isn't fair. Like all the banter aside, that isn't fair. Like we're trying to replace Van Dijk and Gomez until the summer, and they get given a guy that nobody rates at all. Like, come on, man.
That's the most pointless signing, I think. If he doesn't play a game, and even if he plays 1 or 2 games, I think he'll go down next to like maybe Stephen Coker as one of the most pointless signings ever.
No, I disagree, Matt. Coker on and secured us a couple points, bro.
Hear what I'm saying? Coker was playing up front, bro, when he got thrown on. That's not what he. That's but Cal. All jokes aside,
points, bro.
No, but Cal. All jokes aside, when you buy a centre back, you're not supposed to stick him up front and use him for 3 games and think that's your body of work.
No, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
But to put above. Coker won us helped us win a
couple. All right. Let me not throw Coker in there. I'll just stick Davis in there by himself, bro. It'll be the most pointless signing we have ever made, like ever, bro. We haven't even seen him come on. Have we even seen him come on as a sub?
No, he's not.
We haven't seen anything.
He doesn't even make the bench most times,
bro.
He probably had to buy his own training kits, bro.
Probably,
yeah.
And I bet you any money he doesn't have a parking space either.
Mad.
Well, you know what? We'll move on to that and move on to some players that, a player that you have tried to link yourself to. And when you type in his name on Twitter, Liverpool comes up next to it for some silly reason. Man United also comes up next to him for some silly reason. But let's talk about a Brazilian that's adapted to the Premier League this season after bat. £17 million, Raphinha. And I see, you know what the worst thing is though, guys? I see these like GM trade offers for Raphinha and they're disgusting, you know. You guys are arrogant people, you Liverpool fans. I see like 20 million. I see like 20 million and Origi. You know what I'm saying? Like, how dare you?
Oi, bro, that's a great deal, bro. But
no.
Somebody highlighted earlier, we got Bamford, and Bamford is better than Origi.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, come on now.
No.
Origi has some big game moments, yeah? But what is he doing otherwise? Why can't Klopp bring him on them? Why don't you trust him?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. There's deeper down issues here. There's deeper down issues here. I'm not gonna make this the Origi show. I'm not. But I'm telling you now, all jokes aside, people can tell me that I'm crazy all they want, yeah? I personally believe that Origi is way better than what he's shown, and he's also way better than people give him credit for. And as Matt likes to say now, confidence, that's a man who's had his confidence ripped from him by the way he's been treated. And I'm being honest with you, if he went to like Wolves, for example, and got to play up front with Jimenez, you would actually watch a player that would surprise a lot of people. And one of the people I want to give as a good example to this is Danny Ings. Nobody thought Danny Ings was bad, but nobody really rated Danny Ings the way he should have been rated. He went to Southampton and he's actually showing people how good of a player he is. I feel like Origi would do the same thing. I think nobody really rates him, but if he went to a club where he had that love and he played every week, he would start to do what Danny Ings is doing, and everyone would go, "Oh, he's better than I thought he was. He's better than I thought he was." He's an easy target to laugh at, honestly. He's a quality player, man. He is.
Yeah, the thing is, though, with Danny Ings, I mean, I knew of him for years anyway because he was in the Championship doing it with Burnley for a long, long time. And you could see with Danny Ings, all he needed was the opportunity to play. But right now, I mean, he's very injury prone. So when I see like Ings over Bamford for England, and I'm not Bamford's like biggest, I'm not his advocate or nothing, but when I see that and I'm seeing like Ings over Bamford, you can't rely on Ings to be fit. This guy will look all right for 70 minutes of the game and come up in the 71st, and he's out for 4 or 5 weeks. So to me, I can't rate that availability to me, and we can talk about that about your goalkeeper too, because I like Alisson and he's had a tragedy this year. But for a goalkeeper, man, it's like a lottery on when he's going to play. But Matt, we're going back to Raphinha. What is it? You was trying to get him, Neto. I've heard Harry Kane.
Listen. See, me and Michael Edwards, we talk in it. Like we have a little chin wag in the morning sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He'll give me a call and I'll say to him, "These are the targets we should be going for." But no, KJ, I'm gonna be real. You see, Raphinha, yeah, when he stepped on the pitch for you, man, opening day, I think it was, or it might have even been no, it wasn't, because you guys didn't get him straight away, did you?
It was late. Yeah, later on. Yeah,
it was late. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I saw him play, I was like, "Who's this guy that I just bought?" So I checked him out. He bought it for 17 mil. And I was like, okay, went back and looked at some of his clips and what he'd done in the French league. And I was like, you know what? This guy's a baller. But he kind of just came on the radar.
Yeah.
Then I started seeing how he started to get better for you guys, and he really started to come into his own. And I said to these man, do you know what? You see that Raphinha from Leeds? Do you know who he reminds me of? And I don't know whether you'll agree, Kate. He reminds me, like, you see, like playing style wise, he reminds me of like a hybrid between Di Maria and Mahrez. And I was like, this guy's so techie. He can keep the ball. Obviously, he's athletic. You know, like he can do anything. Basically, he's got a magic of a wand of a left foot. And not only that, his idol's Ronaldinho. And I said to the guys, listen, if you're after a wide forward who offers something different than what we have already, because there's like Salah's very different to Raphinha, in my opinion. They're two different players. Raphinha, in my opinion, is more techie with it. A bit like Mahrez. Them players there they're different. And for me, he's more of a creator. But I just think the way how you guys play and the way how obviously we play, there are some similarities. Not exactly the same, but the similarities. He would definitely fit into our system. And I just said, listen, I know Kay's going to hate me for saying this here because that's their new player. Yeah, this is their guy. And for me to keep talking about, I can't stop talking about him. I'm sorry, bro. He's sick. He's you know he's sick, isn't it? He's sick, bro. Like and again, like obviously it's more of a case of, you know, I don't whether we could even afford him. And that's not me even trying to be like, if Liverpool had the money, they'd definitely get him, because you guys have money. And him only being there for one season and having the season that he's having, he would cost any club, let alone us, any club, what, about 50, 60 mil? Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't think, if I'm being honest, especially if we don't finish in the top four, he's definitely can't be a target. He can't be. He can't be. His price tag is too high. But I just think whether it's us or somebody else, I think you guys will struggle to keep a hold of him, especially if you don't get into maybe like Europa or something. Because I think if you can get Europa, in my opinion, I think you've got a way better chance of keeping him. And I think he's a guy for me that's going to want to play at the top level. And that's no disrespect to Leeds, by the way, because I rate Leeds. That's no shade either.
You know what? Matt's moving like John Terry out here still.
Unbelievable, man.
Matt's keeping it real, fam.
Yeah, my thing is with Raphinha is that I don't think he would have expected European football next season with Leeds United. I can't see when he signed from Rennes and he's costing 17 million, which he was insulted by the way, because he said that he should have been sold for more. He took it personally. One of those, he took it personally. I don't think that he's expecting European football, but I don't know if he was also expecting to adapt to league so quickly either. My thing is, our director Victor has already said he's not entertaining phone calls, but as we know, football changes every day. So if a offer comes in and Raphinha says, you know what, I think I want to go Champions League, I would have nothing against him going. I want him to stay, man. I'm praying, because I've said it so many times on my channel. We haven't had a player like him that is just so naturally gifted like that since Harry Kewell. Like somebody that just gets you up the seat and just play the ball, give him that free roll, let him just go where he wants to go, because he's just amazing. Every time I watch this guy, I'm like, is he really playing for Leeds United? Like, it's one of those. And when you add in that it was 17 million, it's like, how did we pull this one off? And but then I see, and you always know he's getting somewhere when you're seeing Tottenham fans saying, you know what, we haven't got a right hand side, let's go and get Raphinha. Seeing Liverpool fans saying, you know what, let's go and get Raphinha. Everyone's just going to get him. Like no one's accounting for no money or nothing. Let's just go and get him. But
that might feel a bit disrespectful still. I
can't like it's you know what it is. I'll be the neutral though.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but listen, even though I think there's a lot of fans, whether you support Liverpool, Man United, or whoever, would want Raphinha, yeah. I'm not saying this because I'm on the channel. I'm gonna be real. So when I used to watch Leeds back in the day, yeah, when it was Ian Hart, Lucas Radebe, Rio Ferdinand, Gary Kelly, the core, Harry Kewell, Alan Smith, even going further back then, Tony Yeboah, yeah. I used to think Leeds was sick, and I used to think like, wow, look at Leeds, like. And when you had that crop there, where it was Harry Kewell, as I said, like the core and them, man, you guys was Viduka, James. Listen, you man were on some smoke.
Robbie King.
Listen, you man had some players, and dare I say it, the neutral in me, just from if I take out my Liverpool like agenda, just as a neutral. I want to see you lot kind of go back to that, because for me, Leeds are a massive club. Like, I see you and Newcastle are so big, like you lot should be competing right at the top. And obviously, like, things have changed, like obviously money and whatever, and you know, people have been relegated and whatnot. I'm gonna have to come back. But as a pure football fan, I generally, all jokes aside, want to see Leeds and teams like Newcastle come back with their best players. Because here's the thing, I get where you come from, okay? You're a long-time Leeds fan, so you want to see not only Raphinha there, you want to try and add to what is there. You get what I'm trying to say? And I think that's how you guys will propel. But again, I think it's what's going to be telling is whether you can hold on to him. I think Raphinha is the first key you're going to have in the next year or two, which will, for me, will show me where your club is going. Because I think if you hold on to Raphinha and you manage to get another couple of players in, that says to me, you could be back in the big time, you know? Don't know how long it's going to take, but the intention is there. So that's how I look at it as well.
Yeah.
I think he'll stay another year.
Yeah.
I think he'll stay another year. Yeah.
I think he will as well.
I think he'll stay another year.
Yeah.
But it's mad. You know, just to quickly go on what Matt was saying before we move on. I don't think people realise how big of a club Leeds are, apart from Leeds fans themselves. Like, I'm being honest, I'm even sitting here even trying to make comparisons in my head of if Chelsea can even talk to Leeds in regards to like that, you know, like I swear it's only Liverpool, Man United, and Arsenal.
And
after that, there's no English clubs that are bigger than Leeds. There aren't. I think people forgot that because you've been in the Championship for so long. Like, people forget that, man.
Yeah, it's a telling thing. I mean, it's easy to understand as well because we was out for so long. You're talking a whole teenager that's left school away from the Prem.
Yeah,
that's a lot,
true.
It's like on our documentary on Amazon, a little kid was asked who's the biggest team in Yorkshire, and he said Hull, because Hull City were in the Premier League at the time.
Wow.
Growing up. So unless your dad or your mom isn't telling you about the old Leeds days, then it's present day. We are just another Premier League outfit at the moment. But you know what? We'll take that right now. And you know what? Let's park that now. Let's get into the preview of the game. So you guys have just been dumped out of the Champions League, not to rub it in. will you guys be up for this game, or will it still be some wounds left to be licked over or something?
It better be.
There's no time to lick wounds now. There's no time. We have to go out there and we have to put on a game. We have to put on a performance, and we need the win. Like, they can't be sitting there. Shall I tell you what? They can't feel sorry for themselves because we didn't lose the game in the second time. We lost it from the first leg. So it's not like going. Let's say we went into the game with a 3-1 lead and then we bottled it and went out. Then you're thinking this Leeds game ain't the best game to be having right now. But going into that game against Real Madrid, we didn't need a miracle, but we needed to put on a perfect performance and hope that Real Madrid didn't turn up. So we had to have a lot of things go in our favour, and they didn't go in our favour. So it wasn't a surprise we got knocked out. It was a disappointment. Going into this Leeds game, we've got to leave that behind. Like, we now know we're not winning the Champions League. We have to try and do everything possible to make sure we're in that top 4. And again, people are saying we can achieve 4th place. 4th place still might not be good enough this season. We have to aim for 3rd place. Because if Chelsea fall out of the top 4 but they win the Champions League, then we still ain't getting Champions League if we finish 4th. So we have to aim for 3rd place. We have to win this game.
Yeah, and that was one of my questions. Do you guys still feel that with the league fixtures you got left, along with Chelsea, who are just like defensively solid right now, do you guys feel that you can get into the top 4 now? You've got nothing else to play for.
We've got to win every game. We've got to win every game. And apart from the Man United game, if you looked at the fixtures right now, you would hope that we could win the other games, with no disrespect. Like, I think the thing about Leeds at the moment is, because you know that you're secure, because you know that the season's been good, you seem to be a bit more relaxed. I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing in terms of what your attitude is like, because you know some teams play better when they're relaxed, and some teams they kind of like they drop the ball when they're relaxed. I'm worried that relaxed Leeds will do what you lot did to Man City the other day. You know what I mean? Like that's what worries me a little bit. Yeah. I'm like, what? So when these man relax, is that what they do? Yeah, they beat the champions. Okay, fair enough.
With 10 men.
So yeah.
It's true.
KG said, put some respect on my name.
KG, just quickly, Jim. You see, when you played them the first time this season, what was the score when you played them the first time?
When we played Man City?
Yeah, the first time.
What was the draw, wasn't it?
1-1. Yeah.
It was 1-1. Do you know people don't realize about that game as well?
Yeah, you
had the most possession against a Pep Guardiola team in a league game, I think, for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
That's
Pep
crazy,
was scrambling in that game. I've never seen Pep look so stretched on the touchline.
Yeah, towards the end of the game, we could have won that if Henderson hadn't kept out Rodrigo's header. We was that close to winning that game as well. So, but go back to our first game when you beat us 4-3. I think we showed what we was about then. And also, we've had our injuries too. I mean, you wouldn't believe it because only one team in the league has had injuries all season, but we haven't had our first centre-backs all season long yet. And now they've come back. Llorente is back. Stuart Dallas is settled in the midfield role. We're looking good. People keep talking about us being open and defensively naive and everything, but just look at the last 10 or so games. We've improved our defensive record. Our young keeper's got like 9 clean sheets. He's doing well. So, yes, we're in mid-table where there shouldn't be anything, but Bielsa don't really operate like that. As we've seen when we beat Fulham. Fulham have got everything to play for. We beat them away. Man City, we beat them. So we're not just here to make up numbers. I believe that these players want to prove that they should be here next season, even though a lot of them shouldn't be. But I think that's why they'll be looking forward to this Liverpool game and putting on another good performance.
Yeah, you're worried now, KG. I'm not gonna
yeah. Because I was going to say, I beg you, just holler at them, man, and tell them to have 1 week off, recharge, and then go again next week, innit?
Bro, do you know that never happened? Remember I said this to you? Their manager squats on the touchline for 90 minutes. Bro, that intensity right there says no man could ever slack at any moment. You see there? When my man, bro, that's a different thing. Man squatting, you know.
But you know what? Yeah,
everything. Like,
to
if
be
I dare
honest
see
with
you stop
you,
running, yeah, go on.
To be honest with you, the squatting, that isn't the thing that impresses me, even though it massively impresses me. It's the fact that man says, I couldn't even really care less what seat you think you've provided. I bring my own seat. That right there, that's some real G. That's some real G. I'm telling you.
Bro,
away game, not just home games, you know. It's not in the corner in the home dressing room and he only brings that in home games. He makes man bring it on the bus. It's probably his translator. He's just carrying that everywhere.
But this is what I was going to say. You man are missing the whole big picture here, the translator. Does Brock Lesnar speak on WWE? No. Man and Paul Heyman do that for him. Brock just moves to man. Brock just moves to man. When they ask Bielsa a question in the post-match, he just looks at client. He just looks at the translator and says, deal with that. Vamos.
Yeah, and you know what? On that note as well, it's just been so funny about these pundits and everything that talk crap. You know, Bielsa needs to speak English and all of that rubbish. You know, it didn't work out for Emery at Arsenal, but Arsenal got a different kind of culture there. You know what I mean? It's toxic in that room. Bielsa's the man at Leeds, so when he wants something done, it's done. You know, we realize that although we both match each other, it's like a marriage made in heaven. Bielsa and Leeds United, we just go together, and that's where the respect is. The respect is there, and that's why he'll always play strongest team. You know, we've got some fans that say they want to see some of these under 23s come in. Bielsa don't think like that. He respects the competition too much, and he'll always put out the strongest team possible. Now, Raphinha might be a doubt for this one because Fernandinho just clattered him over in the dire minutes of the Man City game. Now, I was worried about the Sheffield United players taking out on Raphinha. It ended up being Fernandinho. Can you believe it? But he might be okay.
Yeah, I can, because Fernandinho's like that still.
Yeah. No, but own countryman as well, though. That's a bit peak still.
Yeah, man, he wiped him out, you know. Just like
own countryman.
He broke the fire and just took him out, man. But, yeah, I'm not going to do my score prediction yet. But what are you guys saying? What do you guys feel like the score is going to be at this point? Bearing in mind the game is on Monday evening.
I think it's going to be a draw.
I went 2-1 Liverpool, but I feel like, yeah, it's going to be one of them where if I was to compare this to a boxing match, it's like Maidana versus Mayweather won. Like Floyd won, but you know he took licks in that fight and he didn't want to fight that fight again. He just did it because he knew he could beat him again slightly easier, but he didn't enjoy the fight. I feel as though we'll win 2-1, but them man, they're going to have to get carried to the bus because they're going to have to leave absolutely everything on that pitch to get a win. Everything.
And you're saying 1-1 Drifty?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a draw. We won't keep a clean sheet and we don't score many goals. I feel like the game's got 1-1 written all over it.
Okay, welcome back, Matt. So what are you saying? What's your score prediction for the game?
It's going to be a tough game because you lot don't mess about, man. I watched that City game closely and I said, you know what? Yeah, Leeds, no matter what game it is, no matter what the position, you always go for it. You play the same way. It's going to be a tough one. You guys will score, in my opinion, whether Raphinha plays or not. I do think he will score because I think defensively we're still not at our best, but we can get some goals too. I'm going to say Liverpool 2-1. I think we'll just scrape it, but it would have surprised me if it's a draw as well, though.
No, would that surprise you then? Yeah.
No, it wouldn't surprise me.
No, it wouldn't. Do you know what it is? Is Raphinha definitely playing?
Draw the game like we can't win the game.
Listen. No, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying Raphinha is a big player for you lot. So if he's not playing, I'm just holding back a bit on the Leeds win. Just like how you're talking about injuries. Okay, talking about star men now, innit? Star players.
Hold on, Matt. You see that's what you did when you went off camera, Matt. You messaged me saying Raphinha's not playing this game because he's just on loan to Leeds because we're signing him at the end of the season. Oh. Fair dues.
Listen, no, do you know what? You see this game here?
I told you, John Terry, bro.
No, not John Terry. You not make me somebody else.
You didn't even message me. That was me calling trouble.
Man, say John Terry, you know. Don't put me in that brother
Man,
in the same.
Man heard them say I do and everything, you know.
Nah, not John Terry. Pick someone else, man. I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy, bro.
Shouts on this channel, man. Too many John Terry shouts on here, man. Gotta wipe those off, get these out. You know what I mean?
That's just John JT, you know. Now, do you know what? If you guys win at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me, Kay. Because here's the thing: you guys have the capabilities of winning. It's not a joke. Like all jokes aside, bro, you can win. You can beat us. We're not. This weren't the same Liverpool as last season. And this weren't even the Liverpool of when we played you the first game. And when we played you for the first game, I said to these man, nah, Leeds are on some different smoke. Look how hard it was to beat you, though. Like I was saying to these man, like, are Leeds actually that good? Like, because I never really watched you season before. So it was kind of a shock to me when you guys were just like, dare I say it, badness up for a little bit of the game. And I was like, raw, Leeds don't mess about, innit? And then obviously you guys have just progressed and got better and better. So I'm going to still say 2-1. But because I'm on the Leeds channel, I'm also going to not disrespect Leeds. I'm also going to say you don't need Raphinha to beat us. I don't think anyway.
That's fair enough. My score prediction, the score prediction I've got in my head that I can't shake for whatever reason is 3-1 to Leeds United. And then what I can see after, because our pitch ain't the greatest, I can see Klopp has got his ready-made excuse, just ready to just drawn out after the game. The pitch, you know what I can do it. You know, so I'm gonna go 3-1.
I hope you're wrong, KG. This is the one game apart from the reverse fixture, this is the one of the only games this season I don't want Leeds to win. For obvious reasons, as you can see by my backdrop. But no, you guys worry me. Like that first game,
bro. Like
you took us to the limit. Like all I remember is your players just hunting our players, and I was like, nah. All I was thinking to myself is, first game of the season, that exuberance from just being promoted. Yeah. But when I saw you doing it last week to City, I was like, no, this is them. This is what they do. Like,
this is what has been a thing where I just can't listen to many pundits anymore because they go through the recycled tribe of being tired and everything else like that. But anybody knows the more you do something, the more you just get used to it. And these guys are used to just running and doing the things that they're doing now. The man-to-man market system is something that has been instilled in them now for 3 years. So it's not just going to be a case that we're going to drop off. We're going to lose games. Of course we are, because we haven't got the squad to handle being any higher. If we did, I think we'd be higher than, 10th right now? So that whole tire thing was never a thing. We didn't come up the first time because the players just thought it was done. And then they got sloppy and we just missed out on it. And then they just realized that they couldn't do that again. And we just killed it in the second season. So, I do think that we've got the capabilities to win. Again, if you win, it wouldn't surprise me. You are still the current champions. But something just telling me Leeds are going to just keep this thing rolling like Limp Bizkit and get another win. So,
boy,
you're on cage.
Oh, that's not the case, boy. I really don't. And I
don't feel any better than I did before. Let's put it like
that. If Rafinha does play,
you guys had a great year last year. It's time for you to come down and join us in the mid reaches.
Do you know? Just for that, just because you went there, I'm gonna say this. You see Rafinha. I hope he plays, and I hope he has the game of his life. And I hope Liverpool go. That's the guy we need to get. You see that guy right there? Yeah, that's KG's boy. Yeah, we're taking him. Bro, I swear now.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't want him to have the game of his life against us.
No,
that means we're losing 3-1.
No. He has. No, I didn't say Leeds. There's a difference, Cal. I said Raphinha. So he could score 2 and we still win 3-2, bro. I'm just saying, innit?
You reckon we're scoring 3?
No, but listen, I'm just saying, innit?
Listen, one thing I will say, we do have a history of being like, okay, I see what you did to us there. Yeah, we're coming for you in the summer. So you know what? Maybe it's best Rafinha don't play in this game for real.
Just saying.
We've done it a lot. With our Southampton, our Burnley, we do it. If your player bads us up, ask Aston Villa. If your player bads us up, we will come and get him. So you never know.
But who are you going to sell in order to generate the funds to get him?
He went there. He went there.
Yeah, this is what I don't understand, why Matt and Drifty keep on poking the bear. Like, what are you two playing at? Like, now you got man that just exposing our dirty laundry. Man just opened the suitcase and taking out the dirty underwear and the dirty vest now. What we're just standing there on the road corner now. Like, Cal, is that you, bro? Did I just, what happened? No, man just got my clothes and started taking them out, innit? Like, why did you not go there? You know we can't afford Raphinha. You know we can't.
I got sucked in, innit?
I'm just saying, anything can happen in football. Anything can happen in football, innit? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Anything.
Anything can happen, man. So, you know what? We've hit an hour. For everyone that's tuned into the live stream, thanks for tuning in. It's been it went exactly how I thought it would go, man. These guys are great, the Kopish boys. And you know, if you watch the replay, like the stream, like the video, subscribe to the channel and everything else like that. You know what? If you guys have got time, just very, very quickly, can we just do a quick combined 11 on form right now? Have you got time?
Yeah,
I could do that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then. So just before we leave the stream, we'll do a quick combined 11 and see how this shakes out. Shall we just do the regular 4-3-3?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, go on, yeah.
All right, then let's go. This the goalkeeper.
Ali.
For me, it's Ali. Even though your goalkeeper has had some moments just like Ali. But Ali's obviously made them a lot. They're more fresh in the mind, didn't it? But for me, I still go Ali though first.
I would go Ali.
Yeah, I'll give you Alisson because he's got the pedigree behind him. But you know what, my boy's not far behind. Amelia is coming for that. You know what I'm saying? So what about left back? I mean that's automatic, isn't it? Robertson.
Yeah.
Robbo.
Has to be Robbo. Yeah.
Right back.
I mean, we're not gonna have that conversation, are we?
We're not gonna have that conversation.
I was gonna say.
Fair dude.
I was gonna say. I was serious for a minute.
Yeah.
I was
like,
we'll go with
Trent.
We'll go with, of course. Now the centre backs. Let's go there.
I think Phillips has to get in.
No, Calvin Phillips plays defensive midfield.
No, Nat. You know what you did there, KG.
And the man had to think as well, like he didn't know what was going on. Listen.
We're gonna have that destructive centre back in there. Then yes, so we're gonna go with Nat Phillips.
I mean, I compared Kabak to having to just take what they've got. I can't do that and then try and put him in.
I can't. I'll be real. I can't put Kabak in there. I'll put Nat Phillips in there.
Okay,
who would you put in K from your side?
Llorente. Diego Llorente is looking every bit of a Spanish international. Now he's fit and healthy. He's looking really good, and he's made us more. He's given us more security in the air, which is something that we need because we've got a very small team, and he's doing the business, man. So yeah, we'll go with that. Are you all agreed with Llorente?
Yeah. What's the other centre back you got?
Robin Koch. He's been out injured, bro.
I just want you to say the name. I'm sorry.
We can do that. He's going to be really good as well. But he's been out injured for too long, which is why I can't really consider him. So now
he's limping around, has he?
I'm not even gonna lie. That's mad having an injured Koch still.
These man, Kay, it won't be this time, you know. I'm just saying, innit? This is what I end the stream, Kay. Lakers in 5. We do this, Kay. Don't worry about
man couldn't stand up to the rigors of the game, yeah.
Oh, you man are killing. No, allow it.
Right. So let's move up then. So we got the 3 midfielders. Who we having at DM?
For me, all right, this is where it gets techie because I know. All right, so
I rate Phillips, so it's not being shady, but it has to be the best DM in the Prem.
For me, it has to be Fabinho. Phillips is sick. Do you know what? Dare I say it? I'm even thinking now. You see how it's a 4-3-3. I'm even wondering whether it's 2 6s and an 8. You know, because when you think about some of our midfielders and how they have been inconsistent, let's be real, guys. Are we going to sit there and say Phillips shouldn't get in the team? Like realistically,
no,
he should, didn't it? I think he should. That's me being real, you know.
So maybe it should be a 4-2-3-1 and play a double pivot then.
Well, yeah, it sounds like you can do 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. I'm just saying, like 2 6s can still be in there, innit? It's a combined 11. I'm just saying Phillips, in my opinion,
Phillips and Fabinho would definitely make.
They're shutting up shop.
They'll make it a good afternoon for the defenders.
And they're spraying as well because Phillips can spray as well, though. You know what I'm saying? So I'll say Phillips and Fabinho, them 2 are getting in.
Right. So and this is where we're going to probably have a bit of a disagreement because I don't see how you can get another one in there over the guy that I'm going to say. So I would say that in midfield, when you consider everything, Stuart Dallas.
I knew you were going to say Dallas.
And I just want to make it clear, it's not just about what happened at Man City, but he's also now got 7 Premier League goals. You know, he's played left back, centre mid, right back. He's excelling in all the positions. He's easily a 7 to 8 every week for us. And he's looking really good. So have you got somebody that can say that they're in better form right now than Stuart Dallas?
We can't. We could say we got better players, but I don't think
not on form.
Yeah, not on form. If you're basing this on form, then no. But and again, that's what makes it fair, because if we're going ability-wise, that almost makes it a bit thingy. But I would say form. Yeah, if it's thinking about form, then no. Have to be real. No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a bit easier than I thought, actually, man. I thought that. You got
have to be real, fam. Have to be real, because we can't sit here and say. Like, I'd like to say lanes like Gino Wijnaldum and Thiago, but Thiago's missed a lot of the season, and only now, in my opinion, is he starting to show what he's really about because the team has gotten better to how we play. So, you know what I mean?
All right, then. So now we've got the front 3. So, okay. So let's go left first.
See, I want to cheat, and these look, no, this is.
Oh, here we go. In fact, hold on. Here's how well I know Drifty.
Yeah, I know
Drifty's gonna go left Rafinha,
yeah,
right Salah, and Jota through the middle.
Yeah,
but that's because it's only right.
This is how well I know this guy.
But you're not telling me Rafinha can't play left?
No, Rafinha, he can. No, he can. He plays. KG knows better than us, but he normally plays on the right. But I've seen him play on the left as well. He can do it very well.
Yeah.
So
as I said, he's like Di Marie. He can do both.
You all know that front 3 would be the best front 3. Come on, of course it would.
On form, no. If you're talking about form, that's actually spot on, though. If you're talking about form, but then. Would you argue?
Bamford can't get in over Jota. No, without disrespect, he can't.
No. I was going to say that. I brought it up because I wanted to remix the front 3 myself and put Salah in the middle, Raphinha on the right, and then Jota on the left. So I was going to remix it myself.
Yeah.
I know what Leeds fans are saying with Bamford, but when you consider Jota, man, when he's playing, and we're talking form, Bamford hasn't really scored in the last few games, and he's been. I know it wasn't his fault. He got subbed off early against Man City. We had to make a tactical change, but he hasn't really been doing all that much. So I was going to remix the front 3. So Drifty beat me to it, but I would easily take that. Rafinha, Salah, and Jota all day long. Yeah.
I agree with that. What about you, Cal?
how many times has Raphinha played on the left for Leeds this season?
He hasn't played that much, but when he has, he's still given that right back a torrid time. He's not as effective when he comes off the right, definitely not. But he's still skinned man many times on the left-hand side.
Many, man. Trust me, bro. He's skinning up guy all day, bro.
I hear you.
How you play by the rules too much, man.
Yeah, because someone's got to win it. Someone's got to. You got Matt doing 3-1-1-3 formation. You got you doing 2-6-2-1. Someone's got to play by the rules, Drifter.
All right, Cal. See as you want to play that specifically, like
so who would you
go with, Cal? So we can all laugh. Go on.
Well, for the left, No, I'm not going on. I can't go.
Oh. Yeah, go.
If I'm doing it on form, I'm going Jota on the left, Salah right, and Bamford through the middle.
Okay.
Which is a shame they have to leave.
Even put Raphinha in the team.
No, but I don't think Raphinha's been better than Salah. That's it. If I'm doing a position for position, like Rafinha's been amazing, but he hasn't been better than Salah this season.
You know what Cal just did? Cal just asked us all to play by the rules, and we're like, okay. So what are you gonna do? And then he burgled KG's flat.
It was part of the rule, though, isn't it?
That's a madness, bro.
If you put in Bamford, no, I get right. So you're trying to say if
I'm doing a position for position, isn't it?
Yeah, but Cal, we're acting like Raphinha can't play on the left or the right.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. I know he can play there.
No, but that's what you're taking out, though.
No, but because in my opinion, he's not played there as predominantly this season.
Right,
he hasn't.
And you're putting in Bamford.
If Firmino can't start.
No, I'm not saying though. No. Firmino's not getting. No, agreed. Firmino ain't getting in.
So who else is going up top then?
But Jota. But you're putting back. Yeah, even Jota though.
All right. Yes. No. I hear what the Jota one's an argument, but who's going on the left then?
All right, then. You know what? Let's just solve it.
Raphinha.
Okay, we'll just solve it here. All right. So we got Raphinha on the right, Salah on the left, Bamford up front.
That's cheating even more.
Salah on the left. I don't ever want to see that ever. Oh my days.
We saw that in one half against Man United, and we never want to see it again.
Nah.
I don't even like it when them man swap over for corners. You know, you're like, Salah, get back on the right, man. What the hell are you doing over there, bro?
It don't even look right. Man, look awkward, bro.
Okay, what's the consensus then for the front three? I don't mind putting Bamford back in there. You know what? I'm gonna stick up for my boy for the season he's had. I'm gonna put Bamford up front. I'm gonna put Raphinha on the left and Salah on the right. That's gonna be my front three. There we go.
But then you're leaving out Jota.
You see what you did there, Cal? That's because of you, Cal. That's because of you.
Look,
that's because of you. Do you know what, KG? KG, do you want a new co-host? He's available, you know. He's available still. You see that right there?
What are you trying to say?
You see that right there?
You're trying to trade off Raphinha.
That right there, yeah. He should be on the Raphinha wave, and yet he's flying in Bamford. And now you've made KG change his mind.
Matt just went full NBA on them, man.
Yeah,
I want to trade Raphinha for Cal.
I'm upset. I'm upset, man.
I'm sorry, Matt.
I'm upset, Cal. You made him change his mind. Now we've got to deal with Bamford.
Bamford's been good this season.
No, he has. All jokes aside, he has. But I'm just what it is though.
He's not fashionable and he's wasteful.
No, what it is, he's a streak. Would you say he's a streaky striker as well? Because I say he's the type of guy that kind of like he'll have like I don't know, like in 2 games. In streaks. Like so, one game might be 2, and then another 3 games down the line it might be 3 or 4. It's not like always like game after game after game kind of thing.
This is what I was saying to you, man, about Benteke.
What? But we're not talking about Benteke though.
Oh, you lot do me dirty.
No, do you know what? KG, even more so, you can have him. There's no fight on our side. I'm going to give you Cal's contract tomorrow, bro.
You lot do me dirty.
You see how my man dirty laundry about
I never said
Benteke?
nothing, bro.
No, I saw you up there nodding. I saw the cat peak moving, Drift. You were like,
dirty laundry.
You lot do me dirty.
Yeah. So go on then.
Bro, my head moves all the time. I'm like the Churchill dog, bro. You know.
So what you guys say then? What's going to be your front three?
I'll go Rafinha left, Salah right, Jota down the middle. I think that's the best.
Okay. And Matt? Oh, Matt's doing something else. So Cal, what? So yours is
right. Don't tell me Rafinha's at his yard. He's moving mad, you know. He's moving mad. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, I'm gonna do it position for position. So I'm gonna go Salah, Bamford, and Jota.
No fluidity.
Mr. Take your girl, yes. Rafinha at your house, bro.
What's that? No. That was my son trying to like, Daddy.
Yeah. You've got a Brazilian son, have you? All right.
Matt, his name's Raph.
What are you saying for your front three?
My front three. I have to. If I'm going by form, and I know I am slightly bending the rules because I'm not going definitive position for position. Sorry, I have to go Raphinha, Salah, and Jota, who wants to play where. But those three, in my opinion, are the best three players on form that we've just spoken about. So I know one of them isn't a traditional striker, but it is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
all right, that's fair enough. I don't think we're going to agree on the front three, so we'll just have to go there and see what these boys do on Monday because that's when the game is. I'm going to end the stream here. So thank you guys. Do you guys want to plug anything before you go?
Yeah, I want to plug your channel. Want to get you to as many subscribers as possible, man. Love what you're doing, man.
It's been a pleasure, man.
Trust me, man. Trust me. Always, man. Enough love, my bro. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. So, yeah, go guys. If you don't know the Team Kop-ish, go and check out their stuff. They're just great Liverpool fans. You know, don't know what you're getting with some Liverpool fans sometimes, but these guys are legit. And and also go and check out in my community posts. I've got one with Sportology TV. Go check that video out. I did that with Ali Drew. So go and check that out as well. So yeah, we're gonna end it there. Thank you guys for coming on.
Pleasure, bro.
Pleasure, man.
All that stuff. Thank you guys.
Big up.
Big up everyone in the